I think one of the biggest issues that students are talking about leading up to the provincial elections are tuition fees, because it is like a provincial jurisdiction. And over the years, we've seen tuition fees skyrocketing because our tuition fees for domestic in an arts and science program increased by 3%, and then students in professional programs increased by 5% on average. For our international students, it's not regulated, so they can increase by any percentage that the institution wants. And that creates like a great burden on our students, and it impacts the ways that they interact with individuals on campus. It looks like our students having multiple jobs in order to pay off tuition or even OSAP. And the way that the new OSAP has been created is it was an amalgamation of a bunch of grants that had already existed. So now what happens is that they get a lump sum of grants, and then whatever they're not able to get, they top it off with loans. So we can see that the grant system does work, and a lot of students are accessing it. It's actually about 210,000 students have been able to access it, but we have almost 1 million students in Ontario. So how do we really go back to the system as is and rejig the whole system in order to create more grants for students? But it's about our priorities. So do we prioritize free post-secondary education? If not, then this is the system we have. If we do, and it really benefits the entire economy and everyone in it, then maybe that's the route we need to go.
My aim for education for students would be investment in free education and in universities for more secure, better paying, more scientific jobs that can actually help to build up our society instead of one that is rapidly declining with increasingly indebted, insecurely employed, low-paid students who can't afford to educate themselves in the sort of fields that could actually be good for Canadians as a whole. I would really like to study something in STEM. I remember really liking chemistry in high school, but it just didn't make economic sense to me.
I'm now a fifth-year student, and it's been a struggle. I'm the oldest of 5 children. I was able to access OSAP, and that's really great, but I recently got married, and my husband and I both have so much OSAP to pay off with interest that we're wondering, like, will we be able to buy a place? Will we be able to, in 5 years, start a family and things like that? And I haven't even graduated yet. I'm hoping to graduate next year. But I dropped to part-time because I was working full-time. And that's really the reality of a lot of our students. They're balancing multiple jobs in order to pay for school, but then when we graduate, it's not that easy to find work. It's not that easy to be able to purchase a home or start a family and things like that. So I think, like a lot of students, we talk about the millennials and say like they're spending on all of this ridiculous, avocado toast, but that's not the reality. The reality is we're trying to be smart about our money and plan ahead, but it's really hard when the economy is so precarious. There aren't enough jobs. Tuition is still increasing. So it's been difficult, but I'm confident that, like, with the changes that students have been pushing for, we will achieve that system of free post-secondary education for maybe my siblings.